Hi everybody. You guys probably thought, what in the world's going on with the puppies? Because I haven't videoed since the day that they were born. It's just been extremely busy around here. I'm about to get a new dog, so I had been working on that, and then I wasn't feeling well. So I think today everything might be getting back to normal. That is the puppies. Actually, that is one of the 4 pups in the background. Okay, now the mom's getting upset. The other, his siblings are laying on him, so he wasn't too happy with that. Let's see if I move him around. Okay, so I'm going to show you each pup in the order of birth. This is the firstborn boy, and we will be calling him. I've decided to make this. I couldn't come up with enough names for the U litter, and so this is going to be our UV litter. And we're going to call this little guy Van, for Vanaya. And if you don't know it, we name our puppies alphabetically, biblically. So, and people who have been following for years, they'll want to know, like on Facebook, what's our letter. And I had picked the name Ulysses, which I knew wasn't in the Bible, but I didn't think anybody would care. And I got a bunch of texts from friends and people that said Ulysses isn't in the Bible. It's like, yeah, I knew it. I just didn't think you guys knew it. But I like the name Ulysses because it's nice and strong. And I was hoping to name this little boy that. But anyway, he's going to be called Van. And as you see, he is no longer white. He is darkened. Don't know how dark he'll get, but right now he's a golden red. And he's got a white blaze up his back, up his neck, and to the top of his head, if you can see that. But you can also see how golden he is. And his hair is going to come in better and come in more. In the back, his back legs, you can see these, well, if he crawls around, let me move him. He's got these dark spots on the back of his legs. And that is red, and that comes from his, which is what we were hoping to, it was to get dark red pups for some of them. But he's got some dark red coloring. I don't know, his legs may turn red by the time he's full grown. Never know what's going to happen with the Havanese breed. So I'm going to try and remember when I send the email out to add some links so you guys can look up the colors of the Havanese. You can, some of the websites have, like, it'll show you before and after when puppies are born and when they're full grown, and the difference in coloring can be a black pup can turn white. So very interesting if you didn't know that. So let me get the next pup for you. This is a boy. He is the largest boy, but not large by far. 8 ounces, 8.6 ounces he was today. He's gained 2 ounces since birth. So everybody's growing nicely, and they're very active. So next pup. Okay, so the next pup for our V litter, our letter V, is, this is the only girl. We're going to call her Vashti. And if you don't know who Queen Vashti is, the word means beautiful. And I didn't see another name in there that fit her better. So there was only one U letter for her that was female, and I didn't like that name at all. So this is our girl. She is a sable. And we're just going to call her a fawn sable right now. She's got some red on her head, if she would hold still. But right now she is a golden brown. Not chocolate, but she's a party color. She's got some black around her eyes. She's not sure exactly about this. So excuse my videoing. I wanted to get a shot of her face. She is moving like, oh, crazy. Let me see. She's a true sable. The backs of her ears are dark. That hair is starting to come in on her, which means she can change color. She could darken, she could turn red. I've already said these things. She could turn all white. I don't know that she will, but believe it or not, they can lose these patches of color on them. Her nose is still very pink. Coloring's starting to come in a little bit. she's not going to slow down at all. Well, anyway, this is our girl. Lizzie, I can't, the mom is trying to get in the box. And you see her sniffling and sticking her nose in. She's trying to find milk because that probably feels a lot like her mother. Oops, hold on. This little boy gets a U name, and we're going to call him Eurijah. And there were a lot of U names I could have chosen, but that means my light, and because of his coloring, that's why we picked that name. We'll probably call him Yuri for short until his owner actually chooses him and gives him his forever name. He was born stark white. He is starting to get some color, if you can see that little bit of red hint on him. So I'll just be watching him. My last 3 white pups, 2 of them turned golden red, and 1 of them stayed white with some chocolate coloring. Now, I said earlier that these pups shouldn't be chocolate, but then it dawned on me because I'm looking at his face, and I don't know if he's going to be chocolate or not. His pigment hasn't come in. It's starting to come in, and his nose is a little bit light. So he could very well, if his mother, Lizzie, has a chocolate gene, and she does. And if his dad has a chocolate gene, and I think he does, I'm going to have to go back and look at the genetics on him, then this puppy could have gotten 2 recessive genes, and he could very well be a white chocolate. Now, I'm not sure, and I won't know, but if you see his nose, it looks kind of dirty. It's not black. It looks brown to me. So he could turn into a white chocolate, which is very, very beautiful. I've had 1 in the years that I've been breeding. So this is the 2nd boy, and we have 1 more boy. And as these guys get older, you know, and their hair comes in and they don't look so much like mice, and then their eyes open and they can see where they're going. Right now he's very frustrated. He wants to eat. These guys, they just ate, so they have a very good appetite. Yeah. Of course he won't look this way, so I can get a shot of his face. Maybe. Sorry about the camera work. You guys will soon learn. I'm not a very good picture taker, and my videoing isn't that great either, but you can get a better idea if I video every day. Okay, so this is the last born. We were kind of shocked when he came out because everybody else came out so light. We're going to call him Utai, but we're going to call him Tai for short. And Utai is U-T-H-A-I, so I'll spell Tai, T-H-A-I, which means helpful, or helpful one. He is the quietest one so far. The sister's pretty quiet too, but the 2 little light-colored boys, I'm telling you, when they're hungry, you hear them. Right now, they're quiet for right now. But this little guy is pretty quiet so far. He's got this white dot on the back of his neck, which is kind of cool. I think he is a red sable. Red takes on all different shades, and it can go anywhere from a very, very white, light golden to a very dark, dark red. Now this little boy, this will, I say, burn off. All the little black that you see in his hair, that's called ticking. And some dogs can have it very heavy, so much so that you can't even see the color. I've had several pups with so much ticking that they looked black, but underneath the hair they were red, and those dogs did turn red, like Irish setter red, which you don't see here in the States too much, that color. So I'm guessing that this is what's going to happen to him. He's got 2 white feet in the front, and excuse me for a minute. Lizzie, hey. I'll be out of here in a second. Somebody's frustrated because she wants to be in the whelping box. So he's got two front white feet. He's also got he's got a nice black, almost mask with raccoon eyes. That may not leave. But see how rich red he is as he's as he's crawling through. I was going to say something else about his ticking. My guess is that this boy is going to be red. I'm guessing that, but I believe it. You know, the puppies that we see in Europe, they'll have full litters that are all this one color. And I think that, the other thing, I knew I was going to say something else. You can see on the side of his face, he's got what we call points. So his are red points, like a Doberman would have those little, the lighter coloring on the side of their face, sometimes up their feet. His underneath is, let me see if I can get a shot of his underneath is all white. So he's got some nice markings. And I'm looking forward to seeing all of these guys grow and to see what colors they're going to turn into, especially my golden boy and my little white boy. I'm interested to see his pigment. Right now their feet are pink, but they can certainly, if he's going to be chocolate, then those pink pads, some of them will turn chocolate. And if they have black pigment, then their pigment will turn black. If your dogs are red, then generally this dark red, this little guy's probably going to have black nose, black eyes, black feet at the bottom. So yeah, he's just, look how chill he is. He's just like, I don't care where I am, I'm going to go to sleep now. All of this, like on their face, it's bald right now, but their whiskers and their hair will probably start coming in the next week. Their eyes will open in the next 2 weeks, so we'll see considerable changes over the next couple of weeks. In 2 weeks, we'll say 14, 15 days or so, they'll be climbing out of the whelping box. So that's how much change we see quickly early on. I put them on white backing so you could see their color a little better. If you have any questions or you want to shoot me an email, then that's okay. Just shoot me an email. I'll get back to you as soon as I can.